The Queen's Gambit is one of those rare cases where the live-action adaptation does justice to the original source material. From the acting, to the cinematography, to the pacing, the show's creators were able to tune into the heart of Walter Tevis's coming-of-age novel. It's a story about self-discovery, acceptance, and the wisdom to find support outside oneself, and it's told brilliantly in multiple ways. It's time to take a look at and compare the two sides of the Queen's Gambit. Now, I came across this book in a writing class on the study of narrative. We read the first few pages in class and were assigned some discussion questions. I wasn't required to read more than the first few pages, but something nagged me to find a copy of the book. I got a PDF online and started reading, thinking I'd be able to get my hands on a physical copy the next day. As I read, I hardly even recognized the light dimming outside. When I did see the sun was going down, I relished it and read until I completed the book. I soaked up Beth Harmon's journey in a matter of hours and loved every moment of it. I took some time to reread the book a few weeks later, and something silly crossed my mind about the game of chess. How it's got this element in common with, of all things, competitive Fortnite, which is piece control. Okay, I guess in chess it's called getting mated or getting caught in the mating net, but they're essentially the same thing. With their pieces, your opponent takes away any opportunity you have to escape their attack, putting your life in their hands as they remove you from the game. When I was turning back through the Queen's Gambit, I thought about the obsession Beth had with escaping from traps. First, it was getting out of Scholar's Mate playing against Mr. Scheibel. Then she was taking on school chess clubs and national tournaments against stronger players with their own tricks up their sleeves. Her loss to Benny Watts pushes her to get even stronger and set ablaze the entire world stage of professional chess. On her trail to greatness, she evades the traps of a lot of players, old and young, each with their own reputations and egos, and she outplays all of them in order to become the world champion. She made it so they could not escape her attacks, instead of getting caught up in theirs. While working my way through this story, though, it was clear that the biggest source of suspense wasn't about chess at all. Between cocky American players, the wise Russian grandmasters, and even the world champion Borgov, all of Beth's obstacles weren't as important as the story's central questions. Will Beth successfully free herself from her vices and cyclical responses to trauma? Can she successfully evade the trappings of her life and rise above them? In both the Queen's Gambit book and show, so much is taken from this girl from such an early age. Losing her mother and getting placed into foster care introduces this young person to the harshest realities from the start. She learned to fight, to take back her sensory pleasure, her close relationships, and personal freedom one move at a time. Her addiction to sedative pills and her love of chess are born out of a need for Beth to feel control in her life. What she learned from the time she was orphaned is that life can take away anything you cherish. It can take away all of your control. It's hard work for her to find out that she can take a lot back. But she does. It starts with her closest friends. It's Jolene and Harry Beltic and Benny Watts supporting the person they believe in and encouraging Beth to do the work. After Jolene helps Beth get out from her drinking and pill-popping habits, her chess friends are instrumental to Beth's tournament run in Russia, working on her final game against Borgov from across the world. Maybe she could have beaten Borgov and the rest of the Russian team alone. She's capable and genius. With her friends, though, she's unstoppable. Beth's story is about how a person can overcome traps. If life is all a game, there's a way for us to confront it. It takes fortitude, time, and intention, and when the process of finding freedom is complete, it's completely worth it. By the end of her story, Beth's growth gives her some resemblances with Marta Cabrera's character from Knives Out. In that movie, Marta beats Harlan at this board game called Go by trying to build a beautiful pattern instead of aiming to crush or defeat her opponent. This mindset is what allows her to outplay Harlan's son Ransom and not fall into the mud with the other Thrombies, which Benoit perfectly sums up with his big gotcha speech at the end of the movie. He tells Ransom she didn't play your game, claiming that Marta's unwillingness to be anyone other than the kind, empathetic, and truthful person she is why all of Ransom's ploys backfired on him. The last time we see Beth Harmon, she's sitting down to play chess on her terms. Not for the glory or for the sense of power it gives her. Not because she's grappling for control. She wants to create a whole ocean of beautiful chess games. And that's exactly what she's going to do.